Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamu alaikum students. Hope you all are good. Today we will do exercise 16A of book D2 and we will do from question number 6 to question number 10. Let's start students. Now students, question number 6. The average daily temperature in centigrade of a city in autumn is recorded in the table. This is the average daily temperature, and in part number 1 represent the data on a dot diagram. We have to represent this data on this dot diagram. First, we observe the smallest temperature in centigrade is 17 and the greatest one is 23. And that's why I write the number from 17 to 23. Now I represent these numbers on this dot diagram, and 17 is one time, that's why there is only one dot. And 18 is 1 and 2 times, and there is two dots. And 19, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 19 is 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And after it's 20, and 20 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 4 times, 1, 2, 3, 4. 21 is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5 times, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And now students, 22, and 22 is 1, 2, 2 times, 1, 2. And then 23 is one time only. And that all the data I represent on the dot diagram, and that is the dot diagram. Now, in part number 2, find the percentage of temperatures recorded that are at most 20 degrees centigrade. I have to record the percentage of temperature which is 20 degrees centigrade. I observe this dot diagram and find the numbers 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. These are the 12 times, and the total number 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. The total daily temperature are 20, and the recorded that are most 20 degrees centigrade is 12. And that's why the percentage will be taken as total number. The that is the number of the temperature which are at most 20 degrees centigrade, which is 12. These are the numbers, and 20 is the total number of daily temperature multiplied by 100, and 5, and 12 multiplied by 5, we get 60. That is 60%. Now students, part number 3, comment on the distribution of data. We have to comment on this distribution of this data. We observe from this data that 20 is a midpoint, and that is symmetrical. We can see that 19, 5, 21 is 5, 22, 2 and 2, and at 20 that is symmetrical. That's why we write we write it like that. The temperature are symmetrical at 20 degrees centigrade. Now students, we write the comment like that. The temperature are symmetrical at 20 degrees centigrade. Now students, question number 6 is solved. Now students, question number 7. The dot diagram represents the attention span in minutes of 22 preschoolers. That is the dot diagram which represents the attention span in minute of 22 preschoolers. What is the most common attention span? And first we have to write the most common, that is 5. That is 5.1. In part number 1, we have to write the what is the most common attention span. The most common attention span is this one, and that is 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. It means the 5.4 is the most common attention span. The most common attention span is 5.4. Now, students, part number 2. A preschooler is chosen at random. Find the probability that the attention span of the preschooler is not more than 5.5 minutes. We have to choose the preschooler at random and we find the probability. We know that the probability is the number of the favorable outcomes divided by the total number of possible outcomes. We attention of a preschooler. Now, students, we have to find the probability attention of a preschooler is not more than 5.5 minutes. Is not more than. In the probability, we have to write first the favorable outcomes and divided by the total number of possible outcomes. We know that the total number of possible outcomes are 22, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, and 22. This is 22 and now we have to write the favorable outcomes. And this is the attention span of preschooler is not more than 5.5. It means we have to count from 5.5, that is 5.5, and we have to count it 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, and this is 12. Now we simplify it on table of 2, 6 by 11, and that is the probability. Part number 3, briefly describe the distribution of data. We have to describe what type of data is this. We have to describe this data and we can understand it by observing the dot diagram, and diagram is between from the 4 minutes to 7 minutes, and there is a cluster in between from 5.4 to 5.8. Very simple, and we have to write it like that. The attention span in minutes of 22. This is right in the question in preschooler uh, is from 4 minutes to 7 minutes, and there is a cluster in 5.4 to 5.8 minutes. Now students, question number 7 is also solved. Question number 8, the dot diagram represents the result of a mathematics test by gender, and this is the result of the girls and this is the result of the boys. We have to find in part number A, if the passing marks for the test is 15, how many boys failed the test. This is the passing marks and we have to go behind the passing marks, and this is 1 and 2. It means the 2 boys failed and we have to write 2 boys failed. In part number B, distinctions are awarded to students who score 25 marks and above in a test. Who score 25 and above in a test. In part number 1, express the number of the girls who scored distinction as a percentage of the total number of the girls in the class. We have to express the percentage of the girls who takes distinctions, and this is the dot diagram for girls, and there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 girls, 5, and the total number of the girls are 12. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, and 12. This is 12 and we multiply by it by 100 and then we find, and 2, 6 and 50, 3 and 25. We get 125 divided by 3, and by dividing by 3, 125, 3, 4, 12, and 3, 1, and this is 2 remainder. And in mixed number we write it like that, 2 by 3, and that is the percentage of girls. Now students, in part number 2, express the number of the boys who scored distinction as a percentage of the total number of the boys in the class. And now this is the result of the boys and the total number of who scored distinction. There is only 2 boys and total number of boys 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Total number of boys are 12. 212 multiplied by 100 and 6, 3 and 50. This is 50 by 3, and in mixed number 3, 1 and 2 and 3, 8, 6, 3, 6 are 18. And now this is remainder is 2, and we write it like that. 3, 6 and 2, and this is the percentage for boys. Now students, part number C, which gender performed better in the test? Explain your answer. Which gender we find it girls do better because the girls percentage is better, because girls percentage is better than boys. Very simple. Now students, question number 9. The stamp and leaf diagram represent the number of the chocolates in some pockets. This is stamp and leaf, and that is a key, which means 22. It means 2020 and 22, 24, 31. We have to construct a stamp and leaf diagram with spelled stamps. Now students, we have to construct this stamp and leaf diagram with stamps. Spilled stamps means we have to broken down the stamps, and it is very easy. We have to write it like that, from 0 to 4 and then from 5 to 9. Very simple. This is stamp and leaf 2 2, and we have to write there 2 4 4 4, and from 5 we have to write in the other line 5 6 6 6 6 6 1 2 3 4 5 7 8 9 9 9, and first 3. From 0 to 4 we have to write first 1 1 1 2 2 3 4 4, and from 5 to 9 in this 4 4 0 2 4 2 3 3 3 5 5 6 8. Now students, we can split this stamp and leaf diagram from 0 to 4 and then from 5 to 9, and that is the split stamp and leaf diagram. Part number 2, we have to write the most common number of chocolates. We can easily observe from the dot diagram that the most common is 26. You can see there the 6 is repeated 5 times, and that is the most common type. Now students, part number 3, find the percentage of packets which have more than or equal to 25 chocolate but fewer than 32 chocolates. Now we have to find the percentage of packets which are more than or equal to 25 chocolate but less than 32 chocolates. And the total number is 40, and we have to more or equal to 25 and fewer than 32. We have to write that 25 more or equal to 25 from 32. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14. There are 14 packets because less than 32. We write there 14, and we have to find the percentage. That's why we multiply by it 100. Cancel out 2 5 and 2 7, and 7 fives are 35, and we get percentage 35. Now students, question number 9 is solved. Question number 10. The times in minute for 20 sportsmen to complete a running test are recorded on the table. That is the time in minutes for 20 sportsmen. And we have to construct a stamp and leaf diagram with filled stamps. We have to construct the with this filled stamps. That's from 0 to 4 in one stamp, and then 5 to uh, 9 in the other stamp. And first we observe that the smallest is 7 and the greatest one is 9. There is 7. We start with 7, and we see that there is 7, leave is 0. And we also make the key. Key is that the 7 and anything 4 means 7.4. That is our key. Now we write there 7 0, and there is 2 7 4. Now in another stamp of 7, we take the digits from 5 to 9. 7.51, and then 6. There is no 6, 7.71, and 8, 1, and 9 is also 1. Now students, 8, 0, and 8.1 and 8.1, two ones, and 3, 1 2 3 4, four threes, 1 2 3 4s. Now in other stem of 8, we have to write 8.5, 1 2 and 3, 3 5. Now 9, and in 9 from 0 to 4, 9.4, 9.4, two fours, and only 1 8 in other. Now students, we write the stamp and leaf diagram. We construct a stamp and leaf diagram with split stamps, and that is the part number 1. In part number 2, we have to write the what was the fastest and the slowest time taken. Know that the who covers the distance first, and that is 7.0, and that is the fastest. When takes the time less, who takes the times less, that is fastest, and that is the fastest is 7.0, and the slowest obvious 9.8, which takes the longer time. Now students, part number 2 is solved. Part number 2, we have to find the percentage of sportsmen who took at least 8.5 minutes, and there is at least 1 2 3 4 5 6 6 men. 6, and the total numbers are 6 7 8 9 10 11 12 13 14 15 16, and total numbers are also mentioned. There is 20 sportsmen, that's why we have to write 20 and multiply by 100 to 5, and 5 6 30, and that is 30%. In part number 4, a sportsman is selected at random. Find the probability that the sportsman fail the test if the passing test is 8.4 minutes. It means we have to count the sportsmen which is less than 8.4 minutes, and that is the favorable outcomes. And total number of possible outcomes are 20. We know that, and we have to find the probability sportsman failed the test. Yes, students, we have to count the student who failed the test. It means which passing time is 8.4 minutes, and these are the students which are passed, and which are above than 8.4 are failed. And these students are 1, 2, 3, 4.6. These are the 6 students, and the total number of possible outcomes are 20, and that is the we can simplify it 3 by 10, and that is the answer probability. And now students, question number 10 is also solved. I hope you understand these questions very well. Thank you very much students for watching my videos. Take care of self. Allah Hafiz.